I'm Judy, the athlete, and we're here to help you
Better your best.
2025.
Again, we went through some of the questions that we maybe would suggest you ponder a little bit.
A little bit of reflection for the
Yeah,
new year, right?
That's right. And then today, it would be fun, I think, to throw out some strategies that you might go out and play with, test them out, see what the results are so you can decide for yourself, how you want to go forward in 2025.
And I think the big thing when I think about moving forward into a new year or a new season or new something else is that once you test those things out, what are you going to commit to? Because we know it's really easy up front to say, oh, this is what I'm going to do, and then the year kind of goes by and all of a sudden you aren't doing it anymore.
Prioritize.
And I think the big one is once you test, the point of testing is to find out what works and then commit to it and see how it does for you.
Correct. Just keep testing, right?
So one of the strategies we talk about a lot is try something new every day.
Do something new.
Do something new.
Do
Yes.
something new every day. The tiniest little thing. I always tell them, instead of brush your teeth and then comb your hair and then brush your teeth. However little it is just a reminder to say today's different.
That's
right?
so crazy because you know what? I just noticed the other day that I always put my left shoe on first. And you just said that I can't imagine putting my right shoe on first. Like what would that be like?
Yeah. It's
Oh.
different.
Test it out. So those things really don't even have anything to do with your sport or your performance or
No.
anything else. They're just like trying to throw things around, eat dinner for lunch or breakfast
For dinner. I always used to love that one. Another good one that, helps, I know, me a lot is compartmentalizing. Everything's got its box or its shelf or its file or whatever. And if you can do it in your performance arena and you can do it in life as well, the first piece is just to figure out what all those boxes are or the compartments are. After you figure out what they are, family, friends, my hobbies, all those things.
School,
that would be life.
right.
School, yes. And then in your performance arena, you're going to have your practice and your play and your instruction or coaching. You have all these areas, and then you can start filling in, not mounds of things, but just what are the important things in that area for me, like hobbies. If I can once a week, go out and, I don't know, water my plants, right? Because I kill most of them. So, that would be a good thing. But then it all lays itself out in a structure so there's not overlap, because when there's too much overlap, it's havoc, chaos in your brain.
Well, and you bring it into your performance, right? So if I can keep these things here,
Yep.
and I know my performance place is another compartment, and who am I in that compartment? What are the things I do? In
Yeah.
that
They all have boundaries, and
Right.
they got to stay in their own lane, right? Yeah, that's
Right.
a good one.
I think another really good one is, I was just thinking about it. It's really starting, we talk a lot about awareness and attention to things. It's starting to understand what the beliefs you have that are holding you back. So many times, like I just think about records, and how people never thought there could be a 4-minute mile. Never thought you could shoot a 700 in archery.
Oh, yeah.
And they think that up until the day somebody in some crazy act of defiance does it, right?
That's right.
And then it gets easier. And so you may not even be aware of the number of times you go into something and you're basically in your head saying, oh, I can't do that.
Mm-hmm. And even if you're not saying it in your head, you're feeling it in your body.
Right.
Right? You could be, talking very well to yourself, all your positive self-talk stuff, and they're not going along with it in your body and it's in the feel mode. And so I think your point is so well taken, Judy. We write the beliefs we want to have, but it's really important to recognize the beliefs that are holding us back. And I'll tell you, you get those out on a piece of paper, however you do it, on your phone or whatever you do, okay, they're out. right? And then they can become disbeliefs if that's what you choose to do with them.
Yeah, it's kind of like you can see it on your phone and then you hit the checklist and it disappears, right? In your reminders, things like that.
Delete. I like delete
for sure. Another one that's interested in this is a big word, right? It talks about understanding or knowing what you're addicted to. And so I think there are all kinds of things in sport, you know, in general, the top athletes are somewhat addicted to their sport, to practice or to winning or to whatever those different things are. But there's also mindsets that we get addicted to.
Oh, true.
We get addicted to, you know, finding why I can't do it, or sometimes we're addicted to excuses to try to make sense of the world, or sometimes we're addicted to something really, really positive. That keeps us going, like I can't wait to go practice, or I don't know.
Yeah, we get addicted to being the underdog, so we somehow get ourselves there. So we, you know, and being addicted to leading would be a really good one to put in. And
I honestly, I think some of the top athletes are literally addicted to the podium. You know,
wow.
It's just calling my name. I'm going to be on that podium. 1, 2, or 3, you know, I'm going to be on the podium, and it's to some extent an addiction. Everything that they're doing is aimed towards getting on that
and we're
podium.
not using that word in a negative way by any means. It's what keeps you going, and what motivates you. It's where you're going to put your time and energy, because it's feeding you probably a lot of dopamine in your brain and makes you feel good, and you go after it. But I think what we're saying, just be aware of the things that we're addicted to. I mean, me, I love change. I love new ideas. I love figuring things out. So I'm going to create those environments, right?
Sure.
Yeah. What are you addicted to, Judy?
Work.
Ditto. I got it.
So another thing that I think we've talked about too is, like a lot of times people will say out there, athletes want consistency. And your answer to them is always no, they want to be consistently better. And I think when you think about a strategy for the new year, it's like get consistency, move your sight, move your goal.
Yeah.
What's next? Anything that says, okay, I'm consistent and I'm moving on.
Correct. That's exactly right. So you keep climbing that ladder. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
And once again, adaptability is the key, because things are always changing. 2025, every day will be new and different.
And I think the best one that you can talk to is image. Right?
Oh man, that's exactly right. Creating, refining, you know, that image of how you're going to manage every little piece. The people that come up to you when you do well, when you don't do as well as you'd like, when you're kind of lost. I mean, you go through all of those, and you know how you're going to be and handle all those things, and boy, there's not much that can get in your way.
And then it's a commitment to practice that image, to be better than your best.
Yeah, we're all about better your best.